Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. This is John with Tommy's Top Picks here to bring you your weekly flesh and blood market update. And guess what? We're back to boredom. Yeah, not much happening this week. Unfortunately, almost nothing moved price wise from the previous week. We have one outstanding change, and that was in Outsiders. See what I did there? That was so funny. I am so funny. I am not. Anyways, I think we're just past the hype from Worlds and the Invitational and all that stuff happening. Always seeing competitive deck lists online changes the market. People move and chase, which is pretty fun. But as of right now, yeah, it looks like everything's back to a calm and steady state. Good news is nothing down. Bad news is nothing up. Well, that's not entirely true. There is the one exception. Outsiders is down 5.95% to 269 from 285. Not much to really worry about there. It's 3 sets old. It does this. We've seen this a million times. After a set, especially a draftable set, kind of phases out, gets boring. They hit the shelves and are basically sold on TCG Player as much as possible to get more room on the shelving of LGSs, which is fine. Makes sense. That's the natural cycle of a card game. I guess we'll look at some charts real quick. Just the Outsiders chart. Yeah, you can see it drops off pretty quickly, but you'll note the historic pattern between the case and the boxes, this interplay back and forth as we slowly slide downwards. So there's really nothing dramatic here. I guess the one thing to note is that historically you'll see this case line is pretty steady, and it was the price of the boxes that was weaving in and out. It is still weaving, excuse me, though it has calmed down a bit. What we are seeing is that the case is coming down to match it, which is a slightly different market dynamic, worth noting, worth paying attention to, especially with a 2.0 product, kind of how they evolve and how the markets evolve around them. So yeah, let's jump into some cards. Oh, one thing, economic news. There is a continual downtick in number of available jobs. That data was just posted by the Fed. I believe it was yesterday, day before, something like that. It is continuing down. It is now kind of below the line of where it has been historically. So you have a pretty steady growth line called, it's not linear, but it looks linear, if you will, if you cancel out the noise. And, like all economic things, the growth is the basis. So it's up and to the right, if you will. The jobs kind of openings burst above that line for quite a while over the past couple of years, since basically 2020, maybe 2021 kind of time frame. Jumped way ahead of it, which, as you know, that's because there weren't enough people for the number of jobs, right? That job openings increase when that happens. What's happened now is we are finally approaching kind of the historic line, that up and to the right line. So we're back towards trend, to historic trend. These things do not go linearly. I think the word is stochastically. They move stochastically. That might be wrong, actually. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Anyways, they move at a random walk. So what that ends up meaning is they go up and down beyond the linear, up and to the right pattern, which is like all stock markets. You know how it's jagged, right? Um, this is unemployment, though, so the way it tends to move is you have these kind of drag effects that you see. And so there's a fair chance that this is a leading indicator for job losses. So less job openings means it's harder to get placed again once you lose your job. It means there's some economic drivers causing it, i.e., companies are seeing the bottom line not look as good as they want, so they're cutting out jobs that basically were openings. That's kind of the first thing that starts to happen. So we may see ourselves get into an unemployment situation. Does that mean we get a recession? I don't know. I wouldn't say yes to that necessarily. It's possible. It definitely is. There's no guarantees that we get this soft landing the Fed's targeting. And if we do, then as we've said before, kind of saving money for the upcoming time frame is good. And then once you have all that kind of economically structured in a way where you feel safe, then invest during the downturn. I would say the downturn is yet to come or is coming, but it's really hard to say. There's a lot of mixed signals out there. And it is a very difficult time to navigate because a lot of the historic patterns aren't holding, which is why the Fed's having such a difficult time. Moving on. Okay. In the Marvel category, I wanted to go over this because we talked about it in the previous week. We are seeing that the Angels have kind of resumed where they were. They're basically sitting in the same situation that we've been seeing. Not too much to report here, but I thought it was interesting to see the stability of it. The rumor has not taken over the market to any great degree. I think there was a few that jumped on that news, or I guess called rumor. But on the dragon side of things, we have reverted back down. If you look, some of the cheaper dragons are now under $20, where last time I reviewed the dragons, which was some time ago, Dromai was expected to take off and did not. I'm basically saying the market has concluded. She did not become the queen of the meta, as was expected. I guess there are enough answers to her red line or whatever the deck was that was pretty hot. And so as a result, the dragons have reduced in price again, now under $20. Now that's no big deal. I mean, they got up to like 30, now they're back down to 20, some of them below. Those ones never got up there. So it's not a huge deal. It's just something to note that these Marvels are back down. So if you're still looking for your dragon collection, there is some cheaper buys right now in the Marvel category. I didn't actually look at the weapons and stuff beforehand. Oh man, these ones, they made such a, in my opinion, made such a mistake with not printing a full art of these bright lights ones. They're never gonna be strong value, I don't think. They're cool art, but it's so different. It's not. I don't know. I guess these ones had a better. Maybe it's the frame is supposed to be the thing. The Dynasty ones were also, but they look so cool with the black and the gold text and stuff. These just look like regular cards, cold foils. I mean, I don't know. I feel like that was a mistake. Yeah, they just don't have any value. Could also be mechanically, although I think these ones are pretty good. I don't know. Leave a comment. Let me know what you think about the Evo Marvels. I think they missed the mark on that one. I hope they go back to these full arts and stuff going forward. I guess Teklavas and Marvel. But this is a flip card. This is other side, is it? Yeah, that's because this is a full art. Yeah, the full arts hold. Like, come on, guys. I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're just trying to make them special, which is cool if that's true. Minimize the number of full arts. Yeah, because if you print too many, then you have cheap full arts, and that's sad. I can get along with that to a degree, but just don't make Marvels that are not full art. Like, why are you calling it a Marvel if it's not? That's my opinion. What do you guys think? Leave a comment below. That is really about it. There's not much else to talk about. It's a very quiet week. So I guess if you're out there cracking packs, playing games, enjoying this hobby that we love, I hope you guys are having a great time with it. Holidays are coming up. I hope you are having a good holiday season and enjoying time with family and friends, maybe playing some games with them too. I know I am. I've been playing different board games and stuff with various friend groups and whatnot. Tommy and I are trying to get together over the next couple weeks and do some gaming, so hopefully we get a chance to do that and we'll be able to talk about that on the podcast. Thank you for those that showed up for the 100th anniversary. Really appreciate your participation and your Zamboni. I always appreciate the Zamboni. Uh, anyways, that's it for today. Yeah, until next time, have a good one.